How's it going, everyone? Venom here, and today we're going to be continuing our series. Well, I suppose this would be the first episode of our series to number one in the third gen random battle ladder. I was playing a few matches earlier today, but I got kicked down several positions in rank, so we are at 61 right now. I lost 2 games due to luck, and it really sucks when that happens, but I suppose number one is a bit of a stretch, so for now we're going to try to go for top 10. As you can see, we are at 61 right now with a score of 1234. Today I would like to get to at least 1300 in this video. Then our next video we will go for around 1350-ish or something similar to that. I'd like to get at least 40 points per video. Now, Generation 3 random battles are very rare, so I'm going to pause the video until we get one, and I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. So, reload. Oh, there we go. So apparently I was zoomed in. Oh, great, we won. That's a free 11 points without having to do anything. Oops, did not mean to do that. I cannot believe I just resumed the video for someone to just forfeit on me. That's awful. Well, again, we'll pause. Be right back when it starts. Okay, guys, welcome back. Hopefully this person doesn't forfeit on us, but we have a Pinsirverse Lantern lead. Now, the rest of our Pokemon are pretty decent, so I don't believe we will lose this. Now, the thing about randoms battles is that they are very much up to luck, essentially. So, we're going to be able to just Hidden Power Bug, which in this game is physical, as he goes to Moltres, which is a solid play considering Moltres outspeeds us. If I'd clicked Rock Slide there, that would have been beautiful, but I didn't, so... I'm going to go to Masquerain, which forces him to go Fire Blast. Oh wait, I'm not a water type, hello! I got confused there with Surskit and Masquerain's typing, so that's my bad. So I just let this thing die for nothing, which is really, really dumb. But now we can go Latios and hopefully force the switch. I know this thing gets toxic, but I'm hoping he doesn't go for it, considering I should be able to threaten him out. But yeah, I don't know why I did that, so I'm sorry. He's going to burn us instead, which is okay. I wouldn't say that's great, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened. He double edges, which isn't going to do too much. And now we should be able to remove him from this battle with Thunderbolt. Gone. Beautiful. And assuming he doesn't have anything faster than Latios, we should be able to get one more kill to balance out the game. I'll pause the video until he makes a move. Be right back. Okay, we're back. He goes out into Jinx, which should actually be faster, but we do have HP Fire. So, I don't know if Ice Beam kills us. I'm hoping it doesn't, and that HP Fire will decimate this Jinx. Because I do remember that earlier today, we did actually lose to a Jinx. I was playing on my phone, so I suppose you could say it doesn't technically count, but whatever. He Calm Minds up himself, which is not a smart play, because I just kill him next turn. And there's the forfeit. Nice. So we've already gotten, essentially, 27 points from doing nothing. So I guess that makes up for my 2 losses, but we're going to just chill again and wait for someone else, and hopefully we can get a decent match. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have a match here against Gardevoir, and we are going to just belly drum up. I don't think he's going to just go for the aggressive kill. At least I'm hoping he doesn't. Great. He taunts us, which is great, because now we're going to be able to decimate him with Return. And Return plus HP Fighting KOs pretty much everything in Generation 3 that isn't Sableye. So, let's hope that, this goes our way. My opponent switches into Crawdaunt. Sorry about the pauses, but these people take way too long to pick their moves. Someone just sent me a battle link. He goes to Noctowl, which pretty irrelevant. It's gonna die to return. So that's pretty much game over. So, waiting for that forfeit. If he doesn't have anything to swap into it, he just doesn't have anything. Linoone is a pretty fast mon. He goes into Starmie, which he should have gone into way earlier because Starmie's faster, but we're going to be able to kill it anyway, so that's dead. I did not expect. Yeah, but bro, it's Linoone. It's the one set that it really carries. There's the Granbull Intimidate, which he also could have played around with to make me weak, but he didn't. So we're still at +5. We do get the kill. Shiftry comes in, which we also get the kill on unless it has priority or is faster somehow. There's the forfeit, and we just got 3 wins in a matter of a few seconds. That's really nice. So we started this at, I believe I said 63. Don't remember because it's been a while because I paused the video and had to wait a long time. But now we are at 36. So we literally just jumped half of what we were missing, simply because of the fact that people have been forfeiting or not playing well necessarily, I suppose. Anyway, pause the video. We will be back. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're up against a Sunflora, which I'm not too scared of in this position. But we're going to just hit him with that Fire Blast simply because Slowbro is pretty good. So that Sunflora will be able to live another one due to his Leech Seed. So I'd like to double out here. We're going to go to Raticate since it's one of the only mons that we have that can switch into a grass Pokemon and hurt it back, at least semi-successfully. Oh, alright, so we got Raticate in here. He goes for that Solar Beam, which I don't know if that's going to be able to kill Raticate next turn, but I'm hoping Facade is a Twit KO, which it is not. Luckily, though, Solar Beam's not going to be able to take us out since Sunflora is one of the worst grass Pokemon pretty much ever. It gets 0 redeeming qualities about it. So we're going to just go for another one. If he wants to switch out, he can. Because now it's in the position of health to where it can't really come back in. So he goes to Jirachi, which is cool. Because everyone knows what Jirachi does. But I'm going to go ahead and hit it up with a super miss, okay? He goes Calm Mind, which is not good. Considering I don't really have a whole lot to hit it with. But, yeah, actually I have pretty much 0 to hit that thing with. So we're going to taunt it. Stop it from going for another one as he takes us out. So that's really bad that I wasn't able to hit it and I wasn't able to take advantage of my position. Because now I don't really have much to do. I'm going to try Wailord simply because Wailord has good stats, but I have nothing to hit Jirachi. So this Jirachi, ooh, that's a nice critical hit. That really did matter, unfortunately for him, but at this point I needed it because I don't really have anything going for me right now. I had no grounded Firemons, aside from Rhydon, which doesn't even have a stab, so it's, yeah. We're going to go to Electabuzz, which should be faster due to the level differences, and Thunderbolt should be able to knock it out. If I recall correctly, I don't want to bother using the Cross Chop on the off chance that it misses again. So if we can get this Jirachi pick, I still think that we have a chance, considering Jirachi's probably his best Pokemon. Looks like we might get a timeout here from our opponent. Nope. Okay, great. I want a good game that we can hopefully win, but it's good to keep it close. Keeps it entertaining and whatnot. Alright, Slacking comes in, which is great. It's going to have Recharge. I'm going to go to Solrock because it probably has Earthquake or something similar. It goes Return. Wow. That thing does way too much damage. Now we know it's going to recharge, so I'm going to try to hit it up with a Body Slam, maybe get a Para. and then throw some rock slides at it. That's my play to make right now. Because Slacking seriously is a monster. This man has two monsters. At least one is dead, but we don't even know what the rest of his team is. And he definitely has the advantage of knowing what Pokemon I have on my team. So he goes to Gorbis, which I'm hoping for a para here, which I don't get one, but it happens. You can't always expect something to go your way. And I'm going to swap into Electabuzz simply because I know that I can take a hit. He goes for the agility, which kind of an interesting play considering we can take any move that Gorbis learns and then kill it with Thunderbolt. He goes Surf, which does about 50, and then we kill it with Thunderbolt. So that's great that we're now in a 4v4 scenario, though he does definitely have the advantage, I won't lie. He'll probably go back into Slacking as we sack Solrock and then try to maneuver around it, but it's rough. So he has Armaldo, excuse me, I was going to say Armadillo, which we can Thunderbolt, get some chip, which I'm probably just going to do. We do 42%, which is pretty solid for an Electabuzz, and we will be able to get off 2, which will leave him at about 30% after leftover recovery. Oh, a little lower than that, which is good. Always good to have someone at low health. Now we get to go into our Rhydon, which is probably our best mon at this point of the match, and hit him up with a Rock Slide attack. Unfortunately, Sunflora now does good work on our team, considering we have 4 Pokemon weak to grass, which is why I was stating that there is a lot of luck involved with Pokemon and in this game mode in particular. But if he does go into Slacking, that will be great because we will get 2 hits off. But he goes to Qwilfish instead. So I'm thinking on what I want to do and what I can do, because those are 2 very different things. I do have Solrock here, which doesn't really earn me much. I got Slowbro sitting in the back who cannot touch Qwilfish, because apparently Showdown doesn't want to add Psychic to Slowbro, even though that's probably its best move in this gen. He goes Shadow Ball, which does pretty much nothing, and we hit it up with a Rock Slide for very good damage. Now I'm hoping that he doesn't have a water move that he hits us with, but I'm assuming that he predicted the swap into Slowbro, and he has Surf. Okie dokie. Yeah, I believe we lose this match. There was nothing really that I could do to Qwilfish at this point. He's going to go Shadow Ball, which is physical, which will hurt us. We don't have Psychic, so I can't really return damage to the extent that I would like to. If we had Psychic, we would have definitely had a chance instead of freaking Disable. Because I can disable his move now, but I don't know if that's really going to buy me anything, so I'll try it. And I miss. Whatever. So now we're going to have to get another game because we just lost points. There we go. Quick and easy. Alright, Plusu versus Butterfree. Substitute immediately. There's going to be a switch going out into something like a ground type. But sub is always the play one that you want to make when you don't even know what the opponent actually has on his team. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to start that timer. He switches into Minu, which is interesting. Because I'm just going to Thunderbolt. Don't really want to switch around. And he encores us into sub, winning the speed tie. That sucks, but he probably has the same exact moveset that we do. I want to go into Donphan, considering that if he hits us, it's going to hurt. But I could go into Fortress as well and get up our Spike Layers, which would probably benefit us. But I'm going to Donphan first. If he has HP Grass, then no. Okay, he has Agility. I'm going to still go for that Earthquake. If he goes to Butterfree, then we'll have to swap around, but he definitely has the temporary advantage here. Plus, if he doesn't go to Butterfree, we'll have the advantage of being able to see his next mon. So he stays in HP Ices for damage, but obviously Minu can never kill anything unless it's a water or flying type. But we're going to be able to knock it out with Earthquake, which is very beneficial for us. I remember playing through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire using A+, and I was able to effectively defeat the whole game with it, which is kind of funny considering how bad of a mon it actually is. Chuckle comes in here. We're going to go for that Toxic and poison him, which will allow us to beat him in a one-on-one position. He tries to wrap and misses, which sucks for him, but not really anything he could have done. I want to go into Fortress now. I was thinking Mewtwo, but I'm going to go Fortress because we can get up our Spike Layers and pretty much do a ton of damage to his team. He's going to try and Toxic a Steel type, so obviously he doesn't really know what he's doing. And we're going to be able to get up to +3. He might Encore us, then we'll swap back out if that's the play. But he goes Wrap, which does 0%. Kind of funny. Less than 1%. And we'll go for our third and final layer of Spike. If he wants to Encore us, that's fine because he can't poison us, so he'll lose this one-on-one situation. We have the advantage by having Hazard, so he's just going to forfeit. So there's our points back. Where are we now on the ladder? I should have had it open, but I closed it, I guess. We are at 53, so not a great position, but we have risen quite a bit. I like to buzz lead against our Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo has Earthquake, so I'm immediately gonna go for that because I believe we OHKO. He does have the cross chop, but unless he gets a critical hit, it won't be able to kill. He has punches, doesn't get a freeze, thankfully, and we kill with Earthquake. That's a beautiful 6v5 scenario. Sceptile comes in. We do have Muck, which I'm going to go into. It could have Earthquake, but it's probably not going to go for it right then against Sudowoodo. And we do live Earthquake if he decides to go for it now. So unless he has a Steel, this Muck is going to be really good in our hands because Ice Punch, Poison, and Body Slam do a significant amount of damage to pretty much every type in the tier. I'm waiting for him to make an attack, so we'll set the timer here. He hasn't been making a move, so it's a little annoying. He goes to Latios now. We get a crit, which sucks, but it does happen. And I'd like to go T-Tar, but yeah, we'll just go T-Tar. We have nothing to lose by going T-Tar. If he Psychics, then whatever. If he recovers, then whatever. He T-Bolts, so whatever. We'll be able to kill it with Rock Slide next turn. Tyranitar is one of the best mons in the game. My brother just went to Cinnabon. Those are pretty good. So our opponent forfeits, which gives us a free win. And we check the ladder. I don't know if the ladder automatically refreshes. I don't think it does. I think we have to manually refresh. Like I said, I wanted to get to 1300 today. Where are we? At 1256. Maybe not 1300, but I would like to get to top 30 today. Maybe not in this video, but overall. Alright, we got a new game. Great. We don't have any Grass Stab, though. But look at this beautiful team. This is one of the best teams I've ever had. Pretty much perfect coverage all around. So we're going to Sleep Powder. I don't think he'll stay in, but we can Sleep Powder any Pokemon, because in this game you can Sleep Powder Grass Mons. And yeah, we're going to be able to do that. Start the timer to apply pressure. And we will Leech Seed for chip damage. So he goes to Mewtwo, which is obviously very threatening. Looking at my team, I don't really have too much to swap into it. I could go Scizor, but I believe Mewtwo always has Fire Blast, so my safest play is to go into Lugia. Now he goes for that Calm Mind, which, again, very aggressive. He'll probably have Thunderbolt, so I'm going to go for that lot. I could Whirlwind, or I'm actually going to go for the Light Screen. The reason why I do not want to phase him is because he could hit me right now, and then I would phase him and do nothing. But if I stay in, pull a Light Screen off, and he goes for another Calm Mind, Light Screen gives me +2 special defense, so we'll end up being equals. Okay, he goes Ice Beam. So with this up, we'll be able to survive, and with the Leech Seed recovery, it's very good that we got that off, and now we can go for the Aeroblast, however you want to pronounce that, and hit him up with that. And now we'll be able to kill him with our next move. Sorry if I didn't explain that very well, but simply what I was trying to say was that if we whirlwinded him, Mewtwo wouldn't... Okay, he has recovers, that makes it irrelevant. Probably Bolt Beam coverage if I want to guess, but if he's going to just stall me out, we could go... I don't think he's going to have Fire Blast then, going by his moveset. So let's go into Scizor. If he does have Fire Blast, obviously I'm in an awful position. But then we know that Octillery walls him. So it's all about his coverage and what he has. But I do believe that Thunderbolt will be his last attack. Do I SD or Hidden Power Bug? I think I'll just Bug. I don't wanna risk anything right now. But unfortunately, he's back up to full. He tries to Calm Mind again, which is great, because that probably means that he has Thunderbolt. And now he's pretty much in a dead position. He's going to try to recover, but that doesn't make any sense, and we just kill him. So that's great. Mewtwo, biggest threat in the game, gone. I was just discussing with him on what he should have done. Because if I was in his shoes, I would definitely have saved it. But whatever. His play to make, I can't really judge him. He goes to this, which is a sleep, so I'm going to take the advantage to set up Swords Dances. He wakes up, goes for that Earthquake, doesn't do a whole lot. If he goes for another one, I'm going to be able to Morning Sun here, which is my play. He does 40% with each one, so I do know that we're going to be able to hit him twice before dying, and he forfeits, assuming that he doesn't have any Fire Mons. So that's great, we get another free win. We might be able to get to the 1300s in this video. Eventually what's going to happen is that we're going to catch up to Tidit and bypass him and get to that 1400 mark, which would be awesome, but we're not going to be able to do that today, obviously. So we'll pause the video and be back when I find a game. Welcome back, everyone. Stantler versus Entei. We're just going to Fire Blast because the physical attack boost doesn't apply to fire, since in this game fire is strictly special. I think Stantler gets Earthquake, so let's evaluate our options. Nah. We have too many Mons weak to ground. Way too many Mons weak to ground. So hopefully he doesn't have any strong ground Pokemon to use to his advantage. Alright, he swaps to Lantern and we miss. And I don't know how to react to that. I literally have nothing that I can do to Lantern. I'm going to stay in an HP Grass. Hitting him with Fire Blast would have been great because it probably would have done around 15-20, which would have been enough chip damage to put it down with a few HP Grasses here. But because of the scenario and the position that we're actually in, subbing would be an optimal play. And another lever. Perfect. Let's hope that he leaves for good. I mean, obviously I prefer close games. I prefer strong games, better games. But if opponents are just going to constantly leave and not put up a fight, then that's on them, not me, and I will gladly take the win. So, looks like my opponent rejoins. Now he does 30 damage with Thunderbolt, and we do 30 damage with HP Grass, and because we are going first, unless he gets a Para, which I'm really hoping he doesn't, we will be able to put him down. And with Lantern gone, that's going to be the biggest threat on his team out of the way. He tries to Toxic, which I'm going to sub predicting that he'll do it again. But if he doesn't, then I'm going to sub. Because if he Toxics again, that'll put us in a solid position. Because then we'll get off 2 Grasses, and we won't be able to kill him because he'll be at 7, but it'll be a strong position for us. So he goes to Ludicolo, And we have our substitute up right now. Now that Lantern is about half, which is great. I'm hoping that I can hit a Fire Blast here, because I do believe Ludicolo gets 2-hit KO'd by Fire Blast. No, okay, close, but not enough. I do need to preserve Entei, because Entei is going to be one of my stronger Pokemon this game. So I'm going to go to my Gyarados, since Gyarados actually handles Ludicolo pretty decently with the Hidden Power Flying, but there's always a shot that he'll, or always a chance rather, that he'll switch into Lantern, but he doesn't, and we kill with HP Flying. Beautiful. So Lantern's probably going to come back in to threaten with Thunderbolt, but we will we'll handle that when that situation comes up. That would probably be the play I would do, though, because Gyarados in this 3rd gen randoms doesn't typically run Earthquake. But Lantern's here, Lantern is present. I'm going to actually go to Nosepass, as interesting as a play as this sounds. It's to bait him to stay in, so that way we can explode, or just get a safe swap. So that's the play. And he stays in, and we trade Nosepass, our least valuable player, for the Lantern, which is fantastic. I'm going to go to my Entei on a double down here. He'll probably go back out into Stantler, not wanting to reveal too many Pokemon, which is the correct play. And we're going to just go for that Fire Blast. And miss again, dude. Oh, that's awful. There's such a low chance of us missing. And we do it twice in a row. I really don't like that. Because now our Entei is in a pretty much dead position. Now, Stantler is intimidated, so I do believe a switch is going to be in his best interest. Now, the play for him to be would be to go into something that can kill me. So I'm hoping that's not a ground Pokemon, or even if it is, we do have Hydro Pump. And if that situation does come up, I would like to kill him with Hydro Pump. But I would like to paralyze something, whether that may be the Stantler or another Pokemon on my opponent's team. But at the very least, we are in a better position than he is, having a 5v4 situation. He goes for the Shadow Ball, which actually does nothing. I really do not want to risk a Hydro Pump miss, so I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Flyings as he pops the switch into Umbreon. I think I have stuff that can deal with that. Let me recheck. Not really. I've run on with Sub. I think these things only carry Psychic Toxic, so I'm going to go to this, which is a safe play. With Clear Body, we can handle his Stantler, so I'm going to just be able to Curse up, and we will see what the rest of his Mons are, because Steel Rock coverage is pretty solid. Psychic does nothing, so Curse is going to be very nice here. And after a few curses, Registeel is pretty much unkillable unless you have Stab Fire. Or Stab Special Fighting, but there's no such thing in this game since all fighting moves are physical, so Fire and, well, Fire's really his only chance, but he doesn't have that. He has Hitmontop here, which is not really going to do a whole lot. I'm going to just click Counter because actually, I'll click HP Steel. I don't know what he's going to do. He breaks, which is fine, because Counter would have probably done less than what I just did. I'm going to go for another one, so that way we can kill him with our next attack. He goes Bulk Up, so we're about even now. Well, not even, but, you know, even on the same turn that we just did. He goes Brick Break again. I go HP Steel. He gets off the Speed Boosting Berry, which isn't going to help him, because we'll be able to kill him here next turn. And it all depends on when his last Mon is. Stantler can't touch me. Umbreon cannot touch me. So we'll be able to slowly recover up with leftovers. I would say, though, that this is one of my better teams. And I know I do say that a lot, but this is definitely one of my better teams. Rock Slide should be able to OHKO, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, considering this is Togetic. Double Edge does 6%. And Rock Slide does 80. And Hidden Power Steel should be able to just clean up the rest of his Mons. He tries to go into Stantler for the Intimidate, but again, I have Clear Body, so that's not really going to work out for you. He'll outspeed me due to all the curses that I have going on, but, or not. I forgot Paralyze is a -4 speed boost in this game. I'll give him the GG, because there's literally nothing he can do, and he just leaves. I really hate people that leave. Just forfeit, you know? Alright, so we ended up winning because he timed out, so we're going to go and find our next one. Alright, we found a match. Let's win. We get another Registeel, which is kind of cool. Our opponent goes into Wishcash, who has Earthquake. Unfortunately for him, though, he gets burned in the process. But doesn't really matter considering we have HP Grass, so... Oh. Okay then, well, the burn didn't really matter because, in fact, the burn actually ended up helping him because I would have gotten more leftover recovery if he didn't die. But whatever. He goes to Articuno now, which we're just gonna Fire Blast, and we miss. Very nice, very nice. Let's go for another one. That would have definitely done about 70, or not. That can just kill. Oh, because we're in Blaze range. Excuse me, I forgot about Blaze. So that miss sucks, but because we're in Blaze range, this should also kill Weezing, which I'm really hoping we can get off. Gone. Beautiful. There's Ursaring. I believe we are still in range of Blaze, so I'm just going to Fire Blast again. That did a lot, but not enough. But hey, this Typhlosion did more than enough for me to be able to clean up the rest of this man's team. We're going to go into Starmie to just Psychic. Kill. Okay, my opponent is back. Let's continue here. He goes to Gengar against my Starmie. I'm just going to Psychic. Doesn't really matter to me if he kills me. Actually, I don't even... Does Shadow Ball Oko? Not really sure, but whatever. Psychic will do enough. He should have gone into this earlier instead of sacking off Weezing and Articuno, but I guess he's not really thinking straight. But whatever. That just means we get up the ladder quicker. And Shadow Ball actually does nothing, and we're able to outspeed, so that'll be a solid 2-hit KO. My opponent just forfeits, so... Oh, we only got 8 points from that win. And 12... So we just broke the top 30, which means that we doubled what we had earlier today in terms of ranking. Now we still have a long ways to go. Our first goal is to pass Tidit, so I believe we would need much more wins, but we'll try to pick up some victories here. This will be my last game, or rather, I guess maybe 2 more games, depending on how it goes. I do want to get to 1300 before we end up leaving. Alright, we found our game. Let's Rock Slide this Explode. Since we're faster, we gotta get that chip damage. We'd have Dusclops if things go south. This team is, I would consider, average to poor. Something in the middle there. Wow, that did nothing. And wow, that did a lot. Okie doke. So, Aerodactyl is not going to be helpful here. I say we go Flareon, try to hit it up for a little bit of damage with Fire Blasts. That's probably going to be my play to make right now. I expected Rock Slide to do at least half, but then I realized that he's probably like max defense, max HP or something. Yeah, see, that did 60. There is no position to where Flareon should ever outdamage an Aerodactyl, even with that little bit of a level difference. So I'm hoping I can just kill Exploud here and be up in a 6-5 position, but I doubt he'll just let Exploud die, though Exploud is a slow Pokemon, and because it's at 29%, it doesn't really have much HP to do much anymore. So it's up to my opponent, but he just lets it die. Doesn't want to swap into anything. Though, because he did that, I would assume he doesn't have anything to really want to swap into Fire Blast, though water is a very common type. Alright, we have Gorbis now, which, interesting mon to bring in a position like this, but I do believe going for that Hidden Power Grass, getting the necessary damage off, will be my best play. I don't want anything to swap into Surf, and I definitely do not want anything to take more damage, so that's the play to make. Now, I want to go to Yanma and just start setting up. Hopefully this isn't the speed. It's a Salac Berry. Why is it not the attack boosting berry? I believe that's a mistake by the Showdowners. Let me go ahead and PM a mod. Okay, he goes for the agility. I just realized I'm not going to be able to kill him. So, my opponent just swapped into that for no reason. I feel bad for him, but, I mean, if I had that attack berry... Ooh, and we get a crit. Just figured I'd message the mod, because in my opinion, it should have an attack boosting berry, not a berry that focuses on the insignificant stats. But that's my opinion, so I could be incorrect, but whatever. I'm going to go into our Aerodactyl here because I thought he would go Earthquake, or not Earthquake, excuse me. I thought he would do something else. Or I was just foddering it off. I actually don't remember what I was going to do. But I'll just double edge since we have Rockhead. Get a bit of chip damage since I don't have much for Piloswine. Probably why he wanted to preserve that in the back. He goes to Deoxys, though, I suppose, to wall me off. Not a bad play. Not a bad play. I'm going to go... I don't know. I'm going to go to Executor to blow up. Because unless his last mon is a ghost, or rock or steel, which the odds of that are not very high, Explosion will kill something on this team. Because back in the good old days, before I believe it was black and white, Explosion used to be one of the strongest moves, and used to pretty much kill everything. But now it's going to be a 2v4 scenario. I'd be very surprised if he was able to pull a victory through with this. I'm not going to go Rock Slide again because I do fear missing, so... do we live poison? Yes, okay. And Double Edge should knock him down again to a low point to where we can go into pretty much any of our mons and clean up. In this case, I do believe that we can go to Yanma. We do have several options, but let's go to Vileplume instead, because Vileplume should be able to wall off Roselia. If it does have something like HP Fire, which it does, apparently, it's not going to be able to do too much. We'll be able to kill him in return. And for this last scenario with Piloswine against Vileplume, we'll be able to put him to sleep and fire off a Solar Beam. Or not, because I don't have Sleep Powder. I thought I did. Well, I'm going to Solar Beam, because I know it doesn't actually get any good ice moves in this game. So we're going to try Solar Beam. He goes Earthquake. I guess he predicted the Yanma swap, but it's not really going to benefit him here, because now he's at the low enough point to where I can finish him off with the Dusclops. So that's a good game. Sorry about that misclick, though, but I'm not sure how much it would have actually factored in, because assuming that he had it right now, Yanma would still be able to clean up, but I suppose there's not really anything you could do to predict situations like that. But there you go, that's going to be the game. GG, my good sir. We will get one more before we wrap up today, considering we are not at 1300, and 1300 was our goal. Ugh. But if we lose this one, then I will finish it off. Alright, we're back. Alright, we got a Tauros. Tauros is one of the better Pokemon, in my opinion, so we'll see. He crits us with Earthquake. Not a very good starting turn. And I will show you guys why in a second. Now, as you can see, Surf would have been a solid 2-hit KO, and Earthquake would not have been able to kill us. But because he got the crit, there's nothing I can do other than die in that situation. So we're going to go out into our Salamence and set up a Dragon Dance. I'm hoping that we are going to be able to sweep his whole team. So he goes Earthquake for some reason against a flying type, which is going to give us a free Dragon Dance. I'm going to just keep clicking on Dragon Dance, because there's not really a whole lot that can swap into Mence once it gets off enough boost. There's a reason why it was banned, because it pretty much beats nearly every Pokemon in this tier 1-on-1. If he doesn't have any Ice Beams, it's pretty much game over, so we'll see. Guess we're going to be able to get up 3. He finally swaps into his own Mence, which not really going to help him at this point. We're going to go for that Rock Slide. Nice and beautiful Rock Slide. Not doing enough, but we do get the flinch. And I'm going to go Brick Break, not wanting to miss the, or not wanting to chance the miss. Gone. Great. So his Mence is gone, our Kingdra is gone, but we do have a +2 Salamence sitting in this position. We're going to go Earthquake since it's our strongest hitting move. It's not going to be enough to kill, and he's going to lower our stats, unfortunately. But now he's down 2 Pokemon as opposed to our 1. He goes to Lapras now, which will have the Ice Stab moves, which I do not appreciate. We go Rapidash, throw Toxic at him, which is going to be the play I choose to make. But he predicts the swap very nicely, goes Thunderbolt and gets the para. My opponent has pretty much been getting every little piece and bit of hacks. Because, see, if I was not paralyzed, I would have been able to outspeed him and hit him with a Toxic. But that's not going to be the case. Now, assuming the reason why he didn't go for Ice Beam is because he doesn't have it, I could have gone into Exeggutor, but I chose to go into this, and he does prove to have it. So it's a good thing that I didn't make a switch. I'm going to Shadow Ball as he Hydro Pumps, and then we're going to just go Rest Up, try to chip him down. He will go down in a few turns, so he Thunderbolts, and we rest. Beautiful. Because we have pressure, we can stall out any Hydro Pumps he has, and we'll be able to Sleep Talk a couple times here. Hopefully get Shadow Ball. Nope. It happens. Though, Hydro Pump will eventually miss. He decides to go Psychic next turn, which is a safe play. We get Wisp again, which is not good. I was hoping for Shadow Ball, but you can't really hope for much on a 30% chance. And we trigger his Berry, which gives him a special boost and a crit. We're going to be able to kill this, which will put us in a 3v3 position. But, man, if you look at his team, both of our teams are actually pretty solid. Goes to his Primeape, which we do have Exeggutor for. Trying to make that swap here. Goes Toxic. He goes Overheat. Gone. Great. I'm assuming Scarf or Bandit Tauros, but Tauros is now in a low position of health. So we're sitting in a 3v2. He goes to Tauros first. I am going to explode on the off chance that we do get it off. He goes return. We are going to go to our Granbull to finish it off with our Body Slam. I didn't want to swap it into anything. I don't know what his last mon is, but depending on what it is, we win. Because this is a 2v1, hoping it's a physical mon, preferably not with any ice moves. And there's Blastoise. I'm going to Body Slam. I do need to get a para or something in our favor, but he does roar us out into Immense. Now, assuming that he has a physical move, that's okay by me. We're just going to hit him with as much power as we can. He goes Ice Beam, which will not be enough to kill us. And because Granbull, I believe, can win us the match from here. Oh. He just threw the game. But nevertheless, good game, Mr. Nebby plays. And that puts us at 1306. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's series. Sorry about the long pause.